You could make a legitimate argument that they're the single best team in the history of team sports. And yet a lot of American sports fans don't even know who I'm talking about. So look, I get that soccer isn't everybody's sport. And I get that women's soccer isn't even every soccer fan's sport. But holy shit, we're talking about a team that literally has never been ranked lower than second in the world. So, never been a better time to give it a try. And speaking of women in soccer, let's talk misogyny. And if there's one institution we can count on to consistently bridge the gap between any subject and hating women, it's going to be the Vatican. So let me say first that I was as surprised as anyone that Vatican City has a women's soccer team. And they even almost played a real international game last weekend. But it didn't quite happen because, as it turns out, female athletes tend to be really big into female rights. So before the game, 3 of the opposing players lifted their shirts to reveal pro-choice messages written on their backs and stomachs. Stuff like "my body, my rules." And expressions of female autonomy are the slippery slope that started all the baby murdering to begin with, so the Vatican put a quick stop to it by canceling the goddamn game. Now, unfortunately, the opposing team eventually apologized for the protest, which was bullshit, but apparently the Vatican taking their balls and going home actually hurt the opposing team's ranking somehow. So I guess after all these years, the Catholics have found yet another way to stand in the way of female accomplishment. But that's kind of a depressing story, so I brought along another one with dicks in it, and Kit Kat bars, and evangelical Christian mothers freaking the fuck out about the subliminal dicks and Kit Kat advertisements. So apparently, this kerfuffle began when Kit Kat started running an ad with the song "Work It" by Missy Elliot. But the 3,000-member Christian group 1 Million Moms knew better. They happen to know that the it that Missy is working is a penis. And that's an inappropriate way to work a Kit Kat bar, which is fair. You can't break a piece off and wrap it in tinfoil for later. That's very frowned upon it-working behavior. So anyway, they took to Twitter to make a difference. And apparently one of them later saw a different Kit Kat ad and decided that they'd slayed the dragon after all. To be clear, Kit Kat is still running the Missy Elliot ad. It's just not the one that this idiot saw next, so they're taking a victory lap. And while I drop a few banana peels on the track, I'll hand things back over to Noah, Heath, and Eli.